Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, Is Anything Worth Your Soul? Lord will, you are edified. Video was inspired from the YouTube platform page Black Balloons. Video entitled Something Very Dark is Happening with Charlemagne the God. Fair use.
Soul is to convince everyone that they didn't.
Like, I've seen some things. I feel like me and my crew, we always say, we quote Jay-Z all the time. We're a secret society. All we ask is trust. So, I mean, I do feel like there's a lot of different secret societies that exist in a lot of different industries. And you never know who's, really behind the curtain. So it's like when Cat says people's job to convince you that they didn't sell their soul. No, you can see when somebody sold their soul. Absolutely. I tell you one thing, if the society is so secret, damn, everybody knows about it. You succumb to the drugs, when you succumb to the alcohol, when you succumb to the women, when you succumb to the men, when you submit your will to the devil that exists in all of those spaces, that's when you know you've, sold your souls.
Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, man, so y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. Today we're here to talk about Charlemagne the God. They got him, y'all. They got him. Some of y'all...
And for the record, they been had him, okay? They been had him. He sold out a long time ago.
may know the direction we're heading in this video. So just in case you don't know by now, right? Charlemagne the God signed a $200 million deal in a contract with iHeartRadio, right? So he has a couple of different business ventures, investments. And when I saw that number, that $200 million number, I said, damn, what Charlemagne the God did to get that kind of a deal with iHeartRadio? What did he have to do to secure $200 million, right? What sparked this video, and I've never talked about Charlemagne the God on this channel. I'm glad we're doing it because now we can dig into, a radio host personality. And this just kind of gives us another angle of someone taking that door to the success that they now have. And it's very obvious. So I saw this clip on the Angie Martinez podcast, right? And Charlemagne the God was talking about how he took.
So Charlemagne signed a deal for 200 mil. So let's go to, of course, Mark the 8th chapter. And verse 36. And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your own spirit? Meaning what? Selling out, right? Selling out. Compromising your morals, values, and integrity. And integrity goes back to innocence. Verse 37, is anything worth more than your spirit? For Charlemagne, 200 million. Let's continue.
Ayahuasca. And y'all know, very powerful psychedelic, basically. And he talked about how he was communicating with the, that spirit, that like mother God that I guess people believe in when they go on that trip or whatever you want to call that experience, right? And he said he was fully communicating with the spirit. Now, he didn't acknowledge God when he was talking about that. He didn't say nothing about Jesus or anything, right? I thought it was interesting. I said, okay, I know they got.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1. And the Most High spoke all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, your power, which have brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. Verse 4. You shall not make unto you any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh, your power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. All right, so Israelites, modern day Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? We don't supposed to have any fucking association with these other gods, these demons, okay? Left-handed angels, these mules, right? And a muse is what? Nothing but a guiding spirit. And you'll have Jake that will summon up these spirits for fame, fortune, and riches.
Charlemagne. So I went back and I found this photo shoot with Variety. I said, damn, this is some slight one-eye imagery right here. This is real slight right here. I said, nah, I know they got him. So I'm finna keep searching. And boom, I said, well, I'll be damned. He did a whole shoot with Variety. And they got him. They got him, y'all. This is Charlemagne full blown, saluting to the one-eyed God. I said, a radio host from the Breakfast Club signed a big...
And again, they've been had Charlemagne. Anytime you have a platform in that magnitude, you done sold out. But he's been such a good boy that gave him 200 mil.
This deal I've ever heard of, a radio host personality, internet personality, I guess if you want to call him that. Never heard of a, radio host signing a deal like this. I said, dang, people have to be talking about this. And sure enough, I find that clip of Ebro from Hot 97 in New York, the one that just got fired, him and, what's the other dude name? Like his little sidekick dude, Ebro, and y'all know who I'm talking about. Been up there, Hot 97 for a very long time, right? Found this clip of him talking about Charlemagne willing to do certain things in order to get that deal that he got. Now, a lot of people thought he was just hating on him, but you can take it how you want to take it as far as what the context of the conversation is, right? So with that being said, just wanted to lay some groundwork. We'll first go into the clip from the Angie Martinez podcast, and then we'll dig a little bit more into, the mindset of Charlemagne the God and his $200 million deal that he secured. Check this out, y'all.
That's why I said when I did ayahuasca, I had...
How was that?
It was incredible. I did it 2 years ago.
No fear? I have fear because I feel like can it mess with your brain? Like, can it...
I had fear the first day, but the first day it told me everything was going to be fine.
It told you?
Oh yes. Like that spirit, Mother Aya, God, I don't know what you call it, but it's really talking to you. Like, it's really... Like, I can't...
Exodus chapter 22 and verse 18. You shall not suffer, meaning allow a witch to live. Okay, so what he's doing is sorcery and witchcraft.
Can't even say voices in your...
Summon other spirits for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Hey, like you're having full-blown conversations with this spirit, with this entity, and this spirit is willing to show you whatever you're willing to look at. And once you're there with it, it's not going to let you look away. Like, how sometimes you have those glimpses of things that you try to suppress in your mind. It's like, nope, like, yes, look at this, look. And you're gonna have to deal with it. And I remember I did a three-day retreat. So on the second day is when it like really kicked my ass. And that's when I came up with the whole concept of, stop lying to yourself and stop volunteering those lies to other people. And that's when the whole book, Get Honest or Die Lying. And that's when I was like, either you're going to be all the way honest about these experiences and these things that you've gone through, or we're gonna have to figure something else out. And it was that moment that really was like, okay, this is the real eye opener.
I'm gonna say this before I close out. Let's go to Galatians chapter 6 and 16. And as many as walk according to this rule, the elect, peace be on them, the elect, and mercy, the elect, and on the Israel of the Most High, the elect, right? So the Israel of the Most High is possessed by the Holy Spirit. And the non-elect, right, as well as 2/3, which is within the category of the non-elect in America and the non-elect outside of America, they are possessed by Satan. So either you're going to be possessed by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, or you're going to be possessed by Satan.
Like, this is, if I'm going to really live an authentic life, it's going to be from this point on.
He talked about fully conversing with that spirit. Now, this is a recent interview. She uploaded this to her channel 4 days ago. So more than likely it was recorded within the last 2 weeks, I'd assume, right? Pretty sure they did. And is that
things that Charlemagne was
one-eye symbolism? We know what someone did to get. If you think they hating on the man, but y'all know what we do on this channel. And when we see this one-eye symbolism, we know what someone did to get where they're at. Check this out.
The whole thing
because
is
listen, there were things that Charlemagne was willing to do that I would have never done. Never. And that's how you get to those big bags.
because I don't to have the people like the iHearts of the world
And them niggas sold out too.
want to hand you this much money.
But it's the same with Stephen A. Smith, though.
Sarah wants to invest in.
That's pretty much it. Lord will, this was edifying. Shalom.